That was Gigli. I said that to Ben.
I thought you wanted to be my bitch.
The first time meeting him on that film was at the read-through. They did a read-through of the whole thing, and I remember kind of just walking in, and I think he was outside smoking a cigarette, and I saw him, and we just talked for like a minute, and then I sat down and we did the read-through.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Celebrity Expert, your #1 source for all things TV shows and celebrities. And in today's video, we're gonna look at how obsessed Jennifer Lopez is with Ben Affleck.
As we got back together, I don't think he ever thought it would lead to all of this film and doc and all that kind of stuff, but he embraced it as well and said, I'm gonna support you.
Getting back together, I said, listen, one of the things I don't want is a relationship on social media. And then I sort of realized it's not a fair thing to ask. It's sort of like, you know, you're gonna marry a boat captain and you go, well, I don't like the water.
Before we begin with this video, here's a quick and easy question for you all. Can you all tell us, when did Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck get engaged to each other for the second time? If you know the right answer, let us know in the comment section down below, or stick to the end of the video, which is when I'm going to reveal the answer to this question.
When you really love somebody, they're always a part of you. There's a presence that they have, even when you move on and maybe you never wind up together, but they are a part of you. And this wasn't about Ben and I, this story. This was about this hopeless romantic's journey through life in their search for love.
While the pair initially met back in 2002, their roller coaster romance has been closely followed for 20 years, from when they first started dating to their rekindled romance in 2021.
The person who inspired this for me, who has inspired me my whole life. I love you, and thank you for believing in me and helping me believe in myself. And I know he hates that I'm doing this right now. He's just like, please shut up. No. And I say no. Thank you for the family that we created and our children and everything that you do for me.
The pair initially dated for 2 years, stirring up a tabloid frenzy with the relationship, but eventually split in 2004. Following their breakup with Lopez, and Affleck pursued other relationships and started families of their own.
I don't think anybody was more surprised than us.
Yeah. No, but it is. No, seriously though. I mean, that's just, would you ever have imagined that it comes full circle and ends up like this?
No, you never could imagine something like that could happen.
I'm happy.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. I'm happy for you. I'm
Thank
happy
you.
that you're happy. You deserve it. You work so hard.
Thank you.
And as you know, love is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
So that's all that matters to me.
Jennifer Lopez was married to Mark Anthony from 2004 to 2014, and they were parents to twins Max and M. Meanwhile, Affleck was married to Jennifer Garner from 2005 to 2018, and they have 3 kids together, daughters Violet and Serafina, and son Samuel.
We were so happy, and of course it was happening, but I just felt like the wedding was so stressful, and one day Ben just says, okay, let's just go to Vegas and get married tonight. And I was like...
It was that day. Oh, it was like that day.
That
Wow.
day. We had a big wedding planning meeting, and it was like,
Wow.
no, it's not. We can't get married in Savannah. They were like, you really shouldn't do it there. Maybe we should go to Italy.
In April 2021, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were spotted together for the first time in an over a decade, sparking relationship rumors. They eventually went public with their rekindled romance and wedded in July 2022.
Honestly, the best dad I've ever seen.
Wow.
He's so involved. You know, he teaches me about how to kind of interact with the kids sometimes. He's just so in tune, and he's such a brilliant guy anyway. Like, he's so learned in so many things, and you could just tell, like, when he had his kids, he must have read every book and everything that you could possibly learn about children.
From the beginning of Bennifer to their second engagement, here's a complete breakdown of Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's relationship. Lopez and Affleck first met in 2002 on the set of their movie Gigli, which came out the following year. At that time, Lopez was married to her second husband, Chris Judd. The couple eventually divorced in 2003. Lopez and Affleck went public with their romance shortly after.
Ben is doing all right. You don't need to worry about Ben. Let me just tell you, he is good. He is happy. He is here. He is nominated. He's like, I'm chilling. I don't understand what people are pressed for.
I mean, he's got teenagers, and if you have teenagers, some days you're gonna have a teenager.
They don't pick up on my face.
Jennifer Lopez told People in 2016, "I really felt like when I met Ben, okay, this is it." The duo quickly became one of the biggest couples in Hollywood and one of the first people to receive a hybrid couple named Bennifer.
At that time, I had fallen in love, and I was like so inspired, and I did this whole album, and it really captured that moment in time.
Yeah.
And so in kind of like a strange plot twist of life, we wound up getting back together, you know, 18 years later. And it was...
Feel free to make this rom-com, by the way. Okay, cool.
Yes, 20 years later. And I was really inspired.
In a November 2002 interview, Lopez revealed her engagement to Affleck, describing it as traditional but also in a very spectacular way. As of course, Ben would do it. It was very, very beautiful.
Will Ben do any of the TikTok dances with you? Welcome in.
You have to ask him. You have to ask him. I think the only person people who could get him to do TikTok dances would be his kids. That's the only people who get him to do it.
Yeah, they're the ones that get. That's what I'm getting ready to do this when I get home.
Kids.
Yeah. We've got Billie Eilish right next to her over there. What
Yes.
about a little collab?
It's aggressive.
In an interview with 𝗪𝗿, Lopez described her then fiancé as brilliantly smart, loving, charming, affectionate, adding that her mother approved.
When we got back together, it really inspired me to go back in. I felt that same kind of rush at that time. And so I went back in, I made this album, but what it made me reflect on more than anything was the time in between.
Yeah.
It made me look at, like, what happened? What got me from there to here?
And
like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
And I learned a lot. And I felt like when the album was done, that wasn't the whole story.
Jennifer Lopez also acknowledged that some people viewed her relationship as unlikely, but pointed out that she and the actor had bonded over similar upbringings.
There's a certain way they look at Ben.
Yeah, they love Ben.
And there's such a connection.
Yeah.
And sometimes
well,
those
he's a
things...
wonderful, wonderful father and a father figure to them as well.
Yeah.
You know, because he has his own 3 beautiful children, and then there's us, and he's fantastic. He really steps up to the challenge of what that is and what that means, and they love him. They love him, and they appreciate him, and so do I.
Heading into 2003, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were one of the most popular Hollywood couples to appear in the tabloids and were infamously hounded by the paparazzi.
It deals with that 20 years, you know. A lot of the things that are in it are inspired by things that I went through. Obviously, it's not an autobiographical thing at all. It's more kind of meta. Yeah. But it definitely takes things that I understood and I knew and I had lived, and it really is the story kind of a hopeless romantic.
Jennifer Lopez even acknowledged their notoriety in the music video for her song Jenny from the Block, which featured paparazzi shots of herself and Affleck doing everything from pumping gas to laughing on a yacht together.
It did make me look at the past 20 years and that journey that I'd been on, and more my own kind of personal, private journey that really nobody knew about, you know, which is my private life, and the growth and all the falling down and getting up. And I think you guys were a little bit kind of witnessing it and wondering and stuff like that.
In a January 2021 podcast interview, Affleck reflected on how rude media coverage of Lopez was when they were together.
Ben says to me, "Why are you so stressed lately?" I said, "I'm not just financing it, I'm writing it, dancing in it, singing in it." What am I doing? Feel like you're not good enough. You're not good enough as a partner, as a mother, as all of the things.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck met on the set of 2003 rom-com Gigli. Despite their chemistry on screen, the film bombed at the box office and was panned by critics. People called it the stinker of summer. Alright guys, so the answer to the question I asked you at the beginning of the video is 2022. If you got this answer right, then you're a huge fan of Bennifer.
That's truly who he is.
Not just the eternally tired guy getting out of the GMC with a coffee in his hand.
He's also that guy.
Which is, by the way,
he's also.
I love that side of him. I'm not gonna lie. He speaks for all of us.
We have 5 kids. We're eternally exhausted. I just wear a lot more makeup. You know
I may have a few too many social media posts favorited of Ben Affleck getting out of cars tired. Because I'm like, that is exactly me.
Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you all really enjoyed this one. If you did, do like, share and comment on this video. And do not forget to subscribe to the Celebrity Expert. And we'll see you around next time with another brand new video. Till then, keep watching the Celebrity Expert. Bye guys.